Hey guys, today I'm going to be completing a live SEO audit on a random dental website that's offering Invisalign services. I'm going to be reviewing the site and offering you some SEO tips and tactics on what I personally would do to update the site to help it rank from the second page to the first page of Google. I'm an SEO expert with Lead Tagger, and we do SEO for Invisalign dentists. So let's get started. When we work with our SEO clients, we categorize our SEO strategies into four main pillars of SEO. The first pillar is called indexation. So this is where we look at how well Google can read the pages on your site and whether or not the most important pages are indexed in Google so people can find them when they do a search. The second pillar of SEO is called authority. This is where we look at the total number of backlinks that you are receiving and also the quality of those backlinks. And we compare that with your competitors to see where we can find some opportunities to improve your backlink profile. The third pillar of SEO is called content. This is where we look at the on-page content on your site, such as the title tag, meta description, the header tag, things like that, to see how well it is optimized with keywords and SEO in mind. And the fourth pillar of SEO is called experience. So this is where we look at the overall user experience on your site, including some social media elements to really make sure that people can navigate your site easily and can understand the content on your site when they are on it. So with that said, let's get started with our live SEO audit. So I'm going to jump right into Google and look for a random Invisalign site that I can find here. So I'm going to look for Invisalign in Chino, California, because I'm based out in Chino. So I'm just going to look for that. So right off the bat, we see a list of the Google Map Pack here and also Yelp. So clearly Yelp is ranking number 1. So what I would recommend immediately is make sure that you have an optimized Yelp profile. And as I scroll down, there are quite a bit of dentists that have Invisalign pages. So I could tell right immediately that the competition is pretty high with dentists around the Chino, California area. Invisalign.com is serving Google Ads as well. So they are bidding for Invisalign keywords in Chino. So I'm going to jump to the second page of Google and see what I could find in terms of sites that I could do a live audit on. So I'm just going to pick on this one right here that's ranking the fifth on the second page of Google. So this is ChinoDDS.com. So the dentist is Tarsem El Singal, a dental corporation. So let's do an audit on this website. I'm going to be using a tool called PLUTIO. This is a project management tool that we use when we work with our SEO clients to make sure that the projects that we are working on is being recorded and that we are communicating everything that we are currently doing on our client's site. And everything is split up into the four pillars of SEO. And we will first start off with the first pillar, which is the indexation pillar. So these are the indexation checkpoints that we will look at in today's live SEO audit. The first thing that I always like to look at on any site is to check to see whether or not the site has any duplicate content issues. Now, the reason why we don't want any duplicate content is because we don't want to confuse Google as to what page they should be showing up on Google.com. We want everything to be unique. We don't want any pages to kind of compete against each other. So to do a quick analysis of duplicate content, I always check to see whether or not the www redirects to the www. So if the non-www redirects, so I'm going to check to see if that does work, and it does. I also check to see if there's any trailing slash issues. So when I do a trailing slash, I don't think that the trailing slash is redirecting to the non-trailing slash. So that essentially means that there are two duplicate pages for the Invisalign. page. So that's something that you definitely want to fix. So I'm going to move this checkpoint over to the to-do column. Next one is check to see if you have HTTPS added. And that just essentially means that if you have an SSL certificate installed on your site, and it looks like you do have that secured. So I'm going to move this checkpoint over to complete. Next one is check to see if you have Google Analytics installed. So I'm going to look at the page source and see if you have analytics. Move me here. Yes, you do have Google Analytics installed, which is excellent. So I'm going to move this checkpoint over to the complete column. Next one is set up Google Search Console. So Google Search Console is a free tool that lets you track your performance in Google search, and it tells you what keywords your site is ranking for. So this is a really great tool along with Google Analytics that you must install on your site. There is no way where you can check clearly whether or not you have that installed. So I'm gonna I think you might have it because I do see the Google site verification here. But just in case, I'm gonna move that checkpoint over to the to-do column. Next one is to check to see if you have a robots.txt file on your site. So what that means is a robots.txt file is a plain text file that instructs search engines where they can and can't go on your site. So you wanna make sure you have that installed to instruct search engines, where they can read and where they can't read. So I'm going to check to see if you have that. Okay, it looks like you have that. So I'm going to move that over to complete. Next one is to check to see if you have an XML sitemap. So a sitemap is essentially a map of your site that tells search engines where to find the important content on your site. So what are the pages they should be reading and how many pages you have. So a sitemap is essentially a map of your site. So let's see if you have that installed. Perfect, you do have that. So I'm gonna move this checkpoint over to complete. Last one is to install a Yoast SEO or a similar SEO plugin. This is primarily for WordPress sites, and let's see if you have a WordPress site or if you are using a different content management platform. It looks like you are using a different content management platform at first glance, so I will just move this over to To-Do so you can have that and make sure you have some type of SEO plugin installed if you have a content management system that supplies those types of plugins. So the next pillar is content. So these are the initial checkpoints that I would look at for this live audit. So the first one is check to see if you have a title tag on your site and see if it's optimized. So your title tag would be what's highlighted here. And I would recommend optimizing this title tag better. Remove this last part here, dentist in Chino, California, and I would probably put Invisalign dentist in Chino, California as the title tag. So I think your title tag needs improvement. So I will move this over to To-Do. Next one is check to see if you have an optimized meta description. So a meta description shows in the search engine results pages and helps explain to people what they should gain from viewing your page. So a meta description is what is highlighted over here. Looks like you have a one-sentence meta description, which is okay, but I would recommend creating a call to action at the very end. So maybe if you have some free consultation, I would add that there. And I would definitely add the phone number to your office so people can immediately call. So I would move this meta description over to the to-do column because that does need some work. Next one is to see if you have an H1 tag. So an H1 tag essentially is a header tag that wraps around the content of your page. And you should only have one header tag, and your header tag should be optimized with the keywords that you want to rank for. So in this case, it would be Invisalign dentist in Chino, California. So I believe this is your header tag, but I'm gonna go to your source and see if you have that installed. Great, so yes, you do have Invisalign in Chino, California. So I think your header tag is a good one, so I'm gonna move that over to complete. The next one is to see if you have images with descriptive alt image tags. So alt image tags sit behind the image that tells search engines and people that are visually impaired understand what the page is about. And you want to make sure that you have descriptive tags that sit behind the images that really cater to what the image is all about and also serves the keywords that you want to rank for. So let's see if you have alt image tag. So there's an image here that I want to see have an alt image tag and maybe this header image. So let's see if you have that installed. All right, so it looks like this image does have an image tag, alt image tag, perfect. I will move that over to complete. Okay, so you do have a couple of checkpoints that you need to work on for the content portion of your audit. I'm gonna next move over to the authority pillar of SEO. So these are the 4 checkpoints I would look at today's live site audit. I use a tool to track your backlinks using a tool called SEMRUsh. This tool is a really great tool that shows you all of the backlinks that you have, and it also checks the backlinks for your competitors as well. So this is a really powerful tool that I think if you are serious in your SEO and you want to really make sure that you are ranking highly for the keywords, get a free trial of this tool, use it, and see the power of this tool. I have a 7-day free trial if you want to take advantage of that. Just click the link in the description for that free 7-day trial. So I'm going to check to see what kind of backlinks you have for this particular Invisalign page. So I'm going to go to SEMrush and just check to see what kind of backlinks you have. So it doesn't look like you have any backlinks to the Invisalign page. So I will check to see your main homepage. So you have almost 400 backlinks coming from 39 domains, so 39 sites. Let's see what sites are linking to you. dentistrycorona.com, dentalez.com, singhaldds.com, Care Credit. So quite a bit of, looks like directory sites and other dental websites as well. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to open up a couple of these just to see what they are all about. Okay, so it looks like you have a couple of websites, so maybe for different offices it looks like. Let me check Schaefer Avenue. Yeah, so it looks like you have a lot of sites that... Got it. Okay, so it looks like your homepage is linking to your Invisalign page. Or actually, let's see, Dentist Corona. Okay, so dentistcorona.com is redirecting to chinodds.com. Got it. Okay. This one is another site that's linking to yours. I'm not sure if this is another site that, another office that you own in Berkeley, California, or if they are working alongside you in some way that they are linking to you. But let me see your competitors and see what kind of backlinks they have pointing to their site. So I'm going to go to the first page, and I'm going to click this second one that's ranking on the first page. So this is probably your biggest competitor in Google, Fairfield Ranch Dental. So I'm going to check to see if their Invisalign page has any backlinks. So their Invisalign page does not have any backlinks, but I'm going to check to see if their home page has backlinks. So they have 65 backlinks coming from 15 domains. So you have more backlinks than them. So I think that they are really outranking you because of it has to be the content of their page, or it might be the type of backlinks that they have pointing to their site. So I would highly recommend analyzing this list and really making sure that if there is an opportunity to see if you can get a backlink from these domains as well. And they also have quite a bit more content on their Invisalign page. So you could see all of this is content. They have 2 images. And for yours, you only have 1 paragraph. That's really all you have. So if you want to really try to rank on the first page of Google, I would definitely recommend creating a lot more content and making sure the content is better than this one right here. So I'm going to jump back to PLUTIO and move this over to the to-do column. I also recommend creating and adding links to as many local directories as possible. Directories such as Yellow Pages, White Pages, City Search, Foursquare, so on and so forth, because creating your business profile and adding a link pointing to your website will really help increase backlinks to your site and broaden your reach to more people looking for your services. So you want to make sure you have as many links to these different local directories. So I'm going to move this checklist over to the to-do column. And also I want to check to see if you have a Google My Business page and see how well that is optimized. So I'm going to exit out of this competitor and I want to see your Google My Business page. All right, so you have 14 reviews and your overall score is 4.1. So I think you have room for improvement in terms of improving your overall ratings. I would recommend responding to the ones that are giving you low scores. Looks like you have a 1-star review from someone from 4 months ago, another one from 2 years ago. So I would recommend responding to some of these. I would also recommend asking your current patients to add a review as well to improve the overall average rating. And it looks like you do have posts here, which is excellent. I think you are the first business that is utilizing Google Posts. And this is great because this really connects with your customers and really builds that trust. And you can incorporate a call to action as you see here, so people can immediately call you from your Google My Business page. So I think this is excellent that you have this. So I'm going to move this over to complete and move this over to complete. Great. So I think overall your authority pillar is pretty optimized, but I would recommend really focusing on more backlinks and building your local directory profile as well. So the last pillar of SEO we would look at is experience. One of the things I really like to check is to see if you have something called Twitter cards and open graph tags. So those elements sit in the HTML portion of your site, and those are what help whenever someone shares a link from your site, you see how sometimes you have the image with the headline and the description. When someone shares a tweet or a Facebook post, that content is pulled from these open graph tags and Twitter cards. So you want to make sure you have those tags on the back end. So it doesn't look like you have Twitter tags up, but let me see if you have open graph tags. It doesn't look like you have open graph tags either, so I would recommend you adding the Twitter cards markup and the open graph tags. Let's see if you have social plugins. You have links to your Facebook, Yelp, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Great. I don't see any share or follow buttons, so I would recommend adding those on your site. So I'm going to move this over to To-Do. Also, make sure your site is mobile friendly, and also make sure your site loads fast. So I'm going to use this tool from Google. This is the Google Page Speed Insights tool. This checks to see whether your site is mobile friendly and whether or not it loads fast on mobile devices and also desktop devices. This is a free tool. I'm going to add a link to this tool in the description so you can check to see if your site is mobile friendly and whether or not your site is fast or not. So let's wait for this to analyze, and this will give us a score from 0 to 100, 100 being the best, 0 being the worst. And Google is giving your site a 24 out of 100. So that's actually pretty bad. Your site definitely needs work in terms of site speed, but it is optimized for mobile. However, I do recommend making a few tweaks here because if you look at this screenshot, it's pretty hard to kind of navigate in terms of, where you can click and where you can't click. So I would recommend making tweaks to the mobile version of your site and definitely improving the overall site speed. So I'm going to move those 2 checkpoints over to the to-do column. Next one is to fix any outbound broken links. So if your Invisalign page is linking to different external websites, you want to make sure those links are not going to broken pages. I don't see any, let's see if these links here are pointing to live real pages. Okay. Okay, at least the links to your social profiles are good, but I definitely would recommend making sure all of your outbound broken links are live, are good. There are no broken links. So I'm going to move this over to complete. Next one, use short descriptive URLs. So you want your URLs, which is this that's highlighted, to be short and descriptive. Your Invisalign page is good. Let's see what other pages I can look for. Blog. I think your description, your URL is fine, so I'm going to move this over to complete. Next one is create a native sitemap. So native sitemaps tell people where to find the important content on your site. So these are live people that would take a look at this and see whether or not, what kind of pages you have. So it looks like you do have a sitemap that lists out all of the pages, which is excellent. So I'm going to move this over to complete. Last one is to add schema markup. Now, schema markup helps search engines to better understand your content, and it can also increase the click-through rates and bring more traffic to your site. So schema markups help search engines understand the overall structure of your sites, and it also helps with any 4-star ratings that you see in Google, any additional links that you see in Google, that helps with that as well. So let's see if you have any schema markup here. It looks like you do have some schema markup, which is excellent. So I'm going to move that over to complete. All right, so you have quite a bit of work to do on the experience pillar of SEO. So overall, I think you have a lot of work to do, but that's fine because you have this list and you can go back and see what needs to be improved on. So I really hope you thought this audit was helpful. I'm going to include a link to this list so you can take a look at it in the video description. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment or give me reach out to me. If you want me to do an audit on your site, click the link in the description below to enroll and see if you're qualified for me to review your site. So with that said, hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.